Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. Well, she did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear, eventually. Even you, I suppose. Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time. And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course. I keep meticulous records. I'll help you, you'll help me. Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win? What more could you possibly need to know? I am a Shadow Scale. My life begins and ends with the Dark Brotherhood. I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. A very good killer. What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary, and as I served Black Marsh when called upon. The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time. I was there, now I am here, as are you, Initiate. Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Rest assured, whatever musings and observations I record herein are strictly confidential. Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them, memorize them, live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary, someplace. I'd let you look at this one, but I don't let anybody read my journals. That would be inadvisable. Such a curious mind. Then listen carefully, Initiate. Contracts must be taken seriously. Always obey the matron's instructions to the letter, and don't get yourself killed. Though that probably goes without saying.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll, just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember, and, it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes, New Blade. That's so much better. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood. and you make a tempting target. Trying to pull off the spooky thing? Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there, New Blade. We're not the only scary things lurking in the shadows anymore. Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith in Sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. He liked to hammer more than just metal. When I had enough, I killed him. Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality time in a Hammerfell dungeon for my actions. 8 years, if I recall correctly. Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got slumpy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over, but at least I was free. Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer. The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income, and a set of rules to live by. Life makes sense to me here in the Sanctuary. Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the Sanctuary. Dorisa and Van. One was an experienced assassin who knew her business. The other was a raw recruit with hardly any blood on his blade. Kinda like you, New Blade. It could have been coincidence, but I think they were targeted by the same killer. Just a feeling, I guess. And the way they were left for all the world to see. Someone was proud of their work and wanted everyone to know it. And it had to be a professional. Dorisa was too good to be taken down by an amateur.
If you get the collector's edition, I think it's the best.
Matron Astara tells us what to think, not the other way around. But yes, we've talked about this. All we can do is stay alert and try to figure out who's behind the murders. Until then, we're just jumping at shadows.
Well,
very dangerous
plus if
shadows.
You buy the collector's edition, you get the game, you get the Morrowind, you get the Somerset, and then you get 5 of the DLCs. And if you pre-order it, you get a mount, and I think you get a pet, but I'm not for sure about that. I know here it was $85.
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here. Do you want to meet them? Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers. New brother! Welcome, welcome! If there's anything you need, anything at all, you come to me, yes? Of course! It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now.
What are you getting into,
and family helps each other. It's what we do. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet. But you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations.
Brotherhood.
Hildegard is like the little sister I never had. but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced their children to participate. We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly mad. I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me, accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my face off. See? I still have the scar. I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary, made some enemies, and soon found out that other sellswords were being paid to kill me. Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town, spent most of my time in the wilderness. I almost decided to stop running, and then I found little Hilda. She became my reason to go on living. Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a danger.
Well met, brother. I coordinate our family's more mundane contracts. I suggest you get used to this face, because you're going to be seeing a lot of me. Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the sanctuary. Now that you're here, we might as well discuss your training. Don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant contracts will be made available to you. It's simple, really. I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here. Ready for your first contract, Initiate? Not everyone appeals to the dark. Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death. But I've handpicked something special for your first job. Travel to the city of Kvatch, identify the target listed on this contract, then eliminate them. I encourage you to practice with the Blade of Woe, but as long as the target dies, it doesn't really matter how you kill them. Can you manage that? What are you standing around for? I'm not much to look at, and neither is this room.
What is it?
Am I already in the Mages Guild? Oh, I'm talking to myself. Now, I couldn't remember if I joined the Mages Guild and Fighter Guild yet. Yeah, that's what I just looked at. I traveled all the way back to Devon's Watch to pick it up, and then I found out I was already in it. Yeah, I figure if I'm to do my Dark Brotherhood and Thieves mission guilds, being a vampire would help a lot. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and because you can, yep, you go into sneak a lot faster at night. I was drawing a blank there for a minute. Huh. I know them crows will tear you up. Wow. Yeah, I'm in the middle of sneaking through this estate.
What is it?
Yeah, I do. Even when I eat food on it, I only have like 4K Magica. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, that blood root set would be nice, and I already have the shoulders for it.
I've a fine selection to choose from.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Oh, the guard turned around. Don't want to go that way. I don't think we're going to find anyone to pull me through Somerset, though. I mean, not Somerset, the blood route. Yeah, I'll have to go to my bank if I'm switching them out and you want me to run the healer set. I have to get my sash of the healer out and my boots of the healer out to keep the 5-piece set. And we'll have to find something to replace the sanctuary set as a 4-piece, right? That's what I thought, because I got the rings and jewelry. I got the jewelry of the healer too, I do believe. Well, I guess I ain't opening my window today. Someone's out there cutting grass. I'm allergic to grass. I open my window up, dude, I'll be sneezing and coughing. My nose will be all stuffed up.
You're back, I see. How could I not? You're standing in my light. So tell me, how did you do?
Cobra said he's going through
Well,
ESO
good for you.
withdrawals.
But don't get too full of your accomplishments.
Yeah, he's at work. Now he ain't been able to play for, what, 3 days now? That's right. Well, I'll be on when he gets home. He goes to bed before you get home or get on. But I think he said he's only got work today and tomorrow, and then he's off 3 days. Oh, does he? Yeah, I think he said he worked 2 days, he'd be off 3, then he'd be on 3. Nice. His work schedule's a little confusing. Yeah, he makes lids. Right. I'll do that mission in a minute. Well, let's go ahead and do that mission, because I have a bounty, and I know that other mission's in town. Yeah, I've never completed the Brotherhood missions. Furthest I made is when you go in there and they're doing that magical ritual on that one dude.
The Grand Sermonizer is at it again, Patron.
Those loudmouth fanatics! It's time to teach them a lesson about the blessings of silence!
Enough. I'll decide how we respond to these malign sermons. Initiate, I have a task for you. Once again, the pious idiots of Kvatch dare to provoke the anger of the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, I
Such
thought
an
maybe where
insult
I'm
cannot
doing
be
this and I
allowed
may
to
do a
stand
stand-up,
unchallenged.
I may want to be a werewolf.
As if the Grand Sermonizer
No.
didn't have enough vices to rage about. Now
All
she's
right.
preaching against the Brotherhood. She says we are weak, powerless, a toothless dragon that inspires ridicule instead of fear. These lies must be silenced, permanently. Be wary. The Order of the Hour has increased its presence in Kvatch. Avoid the warrior priests if you can.
Right.
Meet up with Tannic and silence the priests that speak against us, including the Grand Sermonizer. That will put the fear of Sithis in them. Tannic will meet you in Kvatch. I expect the two of you to deal with the Grand Sermonizer and show the people of that hypocritical city the real power of the Dark Brotherhood. The Grand Sermonizer and her priests spread lies about the Brotherhood for reasons I do not yet understand. Whether she seeks to insult us or acts upon some misguided tenet of faith, our response is clear.
This is the mission that's in
These
town, not the
impudent
other one.
priests must die. She's one of the ranking priests at the Cathedral of Kvatch, right below Primate Artorias in the hierarchy. She won't be easy to find, however. Killing her subordinates may draw her out. Otherwise, rely on
said he
Tannic
needs
to
new
locate the
armor.
hole she's hiding in. Primate Artorius
new
leads the
character.
Cathedral of Akatosh in Kvatch. The chanters and sermonizers bow to his authority as the chosen of the Dragon God, and even the Order of the Hour
I
follows
tried
his
telling
commands.
him I just run whatever
Pious
I pick
and
up.
faithful.
until
I
I
find
hit
the man to be
max level.
insufferable. Caution becomes the appropriate response after the deaths of 2 assassins, Initiate. But make no mistake, I expect you to assassinate the Grand Sermonizer. Tannic will be there to provide assistance, nothing more. Under normal circumstances, no. These recent attacks against us, however, have made circumstances far from normal. Concentrate on the Grand Sermonizer. That's your primary mission.
Initiate, I have my own contract in Kvatch. I'll join you in Tannic as soon as I'm finished.
3 blades on the same contract? Is that wise, Maître?
Just make sure the Grand Sermonizer dies, Initiate. That's my chief concern. Fan out!
Dude, what?
I could use a break.
Oh.
I'm desperate. Well, this dark earth could
I don't
use
know,
a
buddy.
break.
Ah, the great oath stirs. Busy day at the Fighters Guild Hall.
Bah! You may just fare no better. It's that damned pirate queen and her bootlicking red sails.
Day.
Can't sharpen a sword without those rat-faced corsairs kicking down your door.
True enough. I got half of mine to sail back to Weirus. Better to be taxed by a high king than to be fleeced by a wharf rat in royal clothing.
What is it?
I refused.
you're alive. Feeling a little flushed after all that?